Research, study, execute, reward.
Facts. You gotta practice. You gotta spend time every day to work on your skill or your business or whatever you're trying to do. There's so much you could get done in just 30 minutes of the day. So if you put 30 minutes to work on something every day, like you're gonna be so much further in the months and the year to come.
How y'all doing? It's Marlon Wise, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN, and we back with another one on the Activate Your Vision podcast, baby. We got my boy here, John, all the way from New Orleans. Level Up Water. Shout out to Level Up. Woo, woo, woo. Let's get a hand clap. But man, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you for taking the 5-hour drive to come, drop gems with us, share knowledge, give story, give insight. That's what we do on this podcast. We got a lot of people that, one, want to start a clothing line, yes, but a lot of people, two, that just want to become entrepreneurs, and three, just looking for information. Like, people are dying for information right now to, have something to follow. That was one of the reasons why we started this podcast, because we wanted to be a leader and an example for other people, and people were already watching what we were doing, but now this podcast gives them the opportunity to hear the things that we talk about, or to see the things that we're doing, or to meet the people that we meet too. We get to bring them on this show and get to share those experiences. And like, that's been like, I guess, the greatest part for me, in doing this. And man, I want you to tell them who you are, or what you do, and just a little bit of background about you.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, y'all brothers, I really, am impressed what you have here. Having the tour, I got the tour of the warehouse. Very impressive and inspiring. So that culture is what you need to have to be successful. Myself, John Williamson, I'm the founder, CEO of Level Water. Started in 2016 with the idea of having a quality water for our community. And the name and everything came about from, was a fight, but it came from just have an understanding of self. And you want to be level in all areas of life. So mind, body, and spirit, you want to be leveling. I mean, you cannot succeed or go to higher heights if you don't have a level head, right? So when you think about that in water, you pretty much think about your pH. And your pH has to be at a certain level for your body to operate properly. So if you're eating anything, if it's meat, if it's fruit, if it's acidic, it's going to bring your pH down. So with an alkaline water like Level, which has 11 stages of purification, it has calcium, magnesium, potassium, and these are natural elements. So I know a lot of people have heard of electrolytes, which is synthetic. Level doesn't have electrolytes in it. It's a natural process to become that alkaline water.
Wow.
So, the simplest things like that, but really I took 6 months at least just to understand water so I can explain it to anybody that ever asks me about water.
Right. And so why water? Why did you decide to get into, the water industry?
Well, be honest with you, as an entrepreneur, I've done several different things. My organization I'm a part of, we're doing events. And we have been selling water for like 5 years as a fundraising mechanism on the street, doing Essence, like classic, different major events. And it was a part of what we were already doing, but it was the youth and to really have more money for the programs. And I would say, well, we're going to get water and we're going to go out. And this area that we already have, we're going to canvas it. And we're going to sell quality water. At that time, it was just a spring water, right? And it wasn't a name that we had. It was just going to the store, getting water. But I knew better just consciously that I wasn't going to just get any little generic water. I got a spring water at that time. And like at least 5 years we did that. And something hit me one day and said, what if we had our own water? What would that look like? And I just went to work. I believe in a process. Research, study, execute, reward.
Facts.
I like that.
Say
Yeah,
that again
I
for
was
him.
just
Say
about to
that
say.
again for
Tell
him.
him
Say it.
again. Tell him again.
Research, study, execute, reward. See, I had to research what I wanted, then I studied that, and then I executed on it, and here we are. Now, that process of doing that, a lot of things came into place. A lot of course, trials, because you got to go through the process. Nothing happens overnight. I mean, the name of level was something that, like I said, for me to be able to explain that to you, I had to go through my process of really understanding myself, what level meant to me, to be able to give it to you and say, this is what it means to me. But you may receive that a different way, right? But you're going to identify with it in your own way. So giving you the basis of it and understanding that level, everybody has their level. You got to find yours. And when you find it, is there another level that you can reach to? Because everybody want to do what in life? Level up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it.
Nah, fact. I want to ask cause you do have your product in stores. What is that process like, and like what's one of your like biggest stores that you are in to this day?
Well, after this period of time, we've been able to accomplish getting it into. I think Walmart was our first accomplishment as far as groundbreaking and really feel like we did something. And then we got it into the Rouse, which is physically, that covers down locally for us,
Mm-hmm.
because you go walk into any Rouse in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and you can get level water. And that was a big thing, of course, because all the things that
Let's
went
clap
on.
it up for that. Let's clap it up for that. Hey, that's big right there. That's big.
Even with all the things that went on, it still was an accomplishment because, you want to see your water in places that people go and shop. If they hire us, if not, either way, you know that it's a local store that you can walk into. So we were able to get it into there, but also corner stores. I mean, when we had, this is like our final product size bottle, which we have two sizes, but we had a different, like a charity bottle, and we had it in the gas station then when we first came out the gate. It was like, big thing, man, we got it on the gas station shelf, in the store, that was a big thing. And then you go through that process of, okay, we need more of these. We need to be able to get it here, get it there. So you learn the processes of what works, what doesn't work, and really identifying, as people have it, what they like. So, I mean, at this point, I couldn't stop if I wanted to.
What was the process on actually getting it on the store? So I guess it's a twofold question. One, what's the process on getting them to say yes? Bring us through that process, and then after you got the yes, how do you meet that demand? What is it like to make sure that the stores are stocked? Like
A huge Walmart.
Yeah, how does that go? So twofold. One, what was it like getting in that door and and putting yourself to get approved, and then after you got approved, what was it like after the process on that?
I would say that, well, for one, the first question, like with Walmart, it's like anything. You go through a process and it's kind of becoming retail ready. Retail ready, out the gate, we had a barcode, uh, proper product insurance. These are things, a back end that you want to make sure you have together before you even present your product to anybody that's going to be
Product
represented.
insurance.
Product insurance.
Wow.
Something as simple as that too, because they ask for these things, and it's kind of like a checklist. They want to make sure that you're prepared properly. So, and then the look, from your presentation to knowing your product, like I just told you about the research and the process of why do your bottle or why does your water stand out from everybody else, and knowing that. Is that even your audience where you're going to try to get it into? Do they have the audience that's going to receive the product? Because nobody wants to sell something or take something in that they don't think they could sell. So having a good presentation and then knowing your product, which is the same thing I probably say, and then price point. Because at the end of the day, you can say all that sweet stuff, but is your price point right?
So what the price is looking like?
Price points is great. This is comparable to what's out there nationally, like those other brands that's out there. I'm not a name basher, because like I told you, I started with a spring. There's like 7 different types of water. We could talk about spring water. We could talk about alkaline. We could talk about purified. We could talk about mineral water. We could talk about tap water. We could talk about all the different waters they have, because I've done the homework to know what's a functional water. Have you ever heard the word functional water?
Nah, man.
You put me on a game right now.
All right. So functional water is like an everyday drinking water. The functionality of it.
That's not just any water?
Not just any water, right? So alkaline water, of course, affects your pH. It's a high pH water. The pH line goes from 8 to 14. Now, you go into a store, you might see a water that's got an 8.1. You might see one over here with 9.5. You might see one that says 10. Well, how do you know which pH to be drinking? Do you know what your pH is in your body? So these are things that, for example, your pH in your body, us as men, our pH does not fluctuate. Our pH is 7. Our stomachs are 3.5. The lower the pH, the more acidic your body is. So just for example, if you say you eat healthy, I eat healthy. You eat fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat meat anymore. So, but that doesn't mean I still don't take on acidic foods. Well, that's bringing my pH down. So whatever I eat and I digest, it's going to bring my pH down. So what am I doing, or what are you doing to keep your pH at that 7?
I need to be drinking more level
You
water.
need to be drinking level water.
Hey, let's take the time right now to subscribe to the channel, like this video, run us up, man. We dropping gems. I'm learning more about pH balances and functional waters, and man, we getting into more about how we getting this stuff in stores, how we market this product, and what I wanted to ask was the design, because I did hear you talk about the look of the bottle. Bring us through the design process, whether you work with a different graphic designer, had to go and outsource it, and what was the process on getting the actual bottle design made? Because people gonna get clothing brand designs made, logos made, and it's all the same process. So walk us through that.
Well, me having a background in design, print, the fact that y'all guys got me, it all kind of like just so much mesh. I knew that the look of it when you put this on a shelf, it had to look nothing like anything that was up there. And having the insight for that, level being itself, it's a palindrome word. Palindrome word being, you could read it from front to right, right to left. It's still level. And that underlying situation right there symbolized it was solid, So if it was reading up or down, it's still level. So that if you go look at any other brands, they're not going to look like that. That blue is a level blue. It's 100% cyan, but it's level blue. So when you see that blue, you're going to think of level. Those are things that I knew that I wanted to make sure resonated with my brand and people understood, that this is my water. This is the water I drink. When you go to the bar, you know what drink you want, right?
Right.
If you drink, you know what you drink.
Yeah.
You know that's what you're going to ask for. And that's what I wanted to be able to identify with level. When I go to any store, a bar, wherever it is, I need level. You got level yet? Give me level.
I understand. So were you the one that designed the bottle design yourself?
Well, yes. So we had, and I say we, meaning that I don't physically have to do the design myself, but drawing it on the paper, and then I can also use Corel and stuff like that. So I did my own template of what I wanted to look like, and I took it to my bottling partner and said, look, my labels. So who does my labels?
Okay.
Say, this is what I want. This is my idea. And then they give me back my template and my proof of that. And like, okay, this is it. You know? So it was more of my labeling company said, oh, you sent us over, this is our template. You send us what you want it to look like. And then we go through that process. So that might have took maybe, this being our final one, I'll give you a good example of what I'm talking about. We had a different label. The label before this one was going sideways with the charity bottle. So it was more
So you
of
had to turn the bottle to the side?
Nah, it was just a smaller label where,
Oh, I see, just
it
across.
was just reading across instead of going up and down. And what happened here was, this is around a time where we got our trademark. So I fought for a trademark for like 3 years.
Huh?
Right. That's how you know something's for you. Because I fought for a trademark for 3 years after having this brand in stores. And what happened is my my attorney, intellectual property attorney, he was like, man, you need to just change the name. These people don't have interest in what you're doing. So they're going to give you the best advice that they think that they can give you. It's like, it's probably going to be cheaper. You're going to go through a whole lot of money trying to fight this battle of getting this name trademark. Just change the name. I said, no, I'm sticking with this. I think I'm going to be able to win this situation, and I'm going to stick with it. And I was so confident that I knew this was for me that I started already on this label because I knew where it was going. I started on this label with the other label being already out.
Okay. And going through the trademark battle.
Right.
Right.
And then when the trademark came through, these labels was already ready. They were already finalized, not printed, finalized. This is the label that's going to be the next label.
How did the trademark battle go? And like, did they have a water company too, or how?
Well, once you do the trademark process, what happens? This is another thing of research and understanding, right? You find yourself with a lot of confusion because nothing under the sun has not been done in some kind of capacity, right?
I see what you're saying.
So you find yourself in similar to something else, or say another company might have the name Level Any company, or something. So there's some type of confusion that has to be worked out. It could get really lengthy, and it could be a battle of a lot going on. So you never know how that could go. I say believe in your product enough to, of course, have the right people in place to fight for you. But what wound up happening is there were some other companies that pretty much bowed out. Hey, I can only thank God for what happened in that process. And we were able to get the trademark done. So when the trademark came through, I mean, the lawyer did what he needed to do. I made sure I stayed solid, and we got it.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, cause that's the same thing of like the other trademarks that we was trying to do, and it's like it's too generic or too similar. It got to be more specific, and it got to be like something that's like distinguishing from other brands that may be named the same, like how you got like the ultra purified water under the level.
Oh, exactly. So as you say that, right?
Yeah.
There's composite trademarks. There's different types of trademarks. So I have multiple trademarks. Once I got the one in, all right, now it's time. Like if you go to any company, they're gonna have multiple. You're gonna see that. So as you get there, you should make sure that you continue to get the trademarks because everything is like multiple trademarks now. I own because now we're in there. We've solidly been able to secure. So now we need to make sure that color, make sure that the way that the label is set all of those trademarks. It just makes
It's like putting a gate around your fort.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, right? So you want to make sure that as we go forward, like there's going to be battles. People are they're gonna try you. People are gonna try you at some point, but you want to make sure that you battle tested, you battle ready.
Golly. So how long? I know you said you started selling regular water 5 years before doing that. So how long did you start the actual brand itself? How long ago was that?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, that was our first. Our first physical bottle was like January of 16 was the process of like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Then by June, we was out there on the ground for Essence.
And I got a question. So first starting off, what would you have done differently now, knowing what you know?
Man, that's a good question. What would I have done differently? Probably, which I thought I did, maybe went a little deeper, got an attorney, IP attorney sooner.
IP attorney? What's
That
an
intellectual property attorney.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably would have got him sooner than what I did when I did get him, because when I got him, that's when I had like more of an issue, you know. But knowing that I had done had some understanding of what I was doing, so he probably would have been able to catch that there was confusion on the name. But you know, things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So
then you would have wanted to change your name earlier.
Possibly, he probably would have got me with that one.
Facts.
You know,
so it really worked out.
He said he probably would have got me with that one.
How it needed to work out. That's what's up, bro.
Man.
That's what's up.
So first, even starting, how did you market the product? And I mean,
that's what
it's
I
not
wanted to
just
get to. Like, how you taking it to the next level? Like, what's gonna make your brand stand out from the competitors, and what are you gonna do to innovate the space?
Ooh, man, I got some great. You know, I think as any entrepreneur, right, you got to find a way. You got to make a way. You know, there's so many different traps and things that can happen. Just one of the things that we've been able to do, I think, having the leverage of being able to find great events, like we even the start. So for me, I had an outlet already because I had been doing it for 5 years. So subconsciously and consciously, I knew that it didn't matter per se that we didn't have it on the shelf. We knew we could move water. I knew I would have an outlet to sell the water, right? So going forward, it's about being very strategic about what the water is, about who has it. And it's not like I don't want these people with it. No, I have something that is very, very a necessity, a need. And once you have it, I know that you're going to want it. So I got a good story with that because my mother, man, she's in South Carolina. And you know how your mom is. Your mom like, whatever you're doing, she gonna 100% support you, right? Yep. So she's like, look, get the water to me. I'm like, Ma, if I get this water to you in South Carolina, we're gonna have a problem. You're not gonna be able to stop selling this water to people. You know, you know that's gonna be a problem. Like I know, and I don't want you doing all this leg work because I know what is involved. Now I know how much is involved with doing this. So my process of what I'm thinking of what's gonna happen to level up for us is definitely partnering with the right affiliates to make sure that people see it more. Of course, everybody going to the media side of things with whatever you're doing, and really got some great things with digital aspects. I see that being major. I mean, just the outside of just having the water, we got a product line with apparel as well that me having a history, a background with it, it just made the most sense, right? But how can I make sure that people would really want to represent that if I don't have a base of people that's drinking it? So why would you wear a level shirt or anything like that if you don't drink the water?
Facts.
Well,
the main thing.
the main thing, right?
Mhm.
But if you believe in the brand,
You're gonna want everything that the brand make. Basically. I was gonna say also what it was with the water, do you able to ship it like online? So like people that's watching this video, they go to your site and buy like a case of water?
can. So, you know, we put our site up, it's probably been up, we got updates on our site that's coming out actually next week or something like that, I think. Where for the last, it's been a while, we've been able to ship water. So people have ordered water. You could go to Walmart.com, you could go to levelwaterco.com and get it. But what we noticed there is that, of course, we've getting a lot of feed, like a lot of people coming to the site, and water's heavy. There's no way around it. It's not like a shirt where you can put it into a box and get it into that flat rate shipping. Water's heavy. So we've been able to get it onto this partnering situation where even with Walmart, for when it goes into their warehouse, you'll get that low cost shipping, you know. So the one size that we have, which is a 1 liter here, we also got a 16.9. That's our number one bottle that's like, that started everything. You go to a gym, you go to a bar, that's the one that really got the company going, you know. But if you drink it, like you drink water, you're gonna want a 1 liter at some point.
Right.
You know?
So if you don't mind me about like just with the online, because there's a lot of what we currently doing too. Like how much water is being sold digitally versus in person, and do you think that they could be a switch though?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I think any beverage company probably would do better physically because it's so heavy to ship. Unless you're gonna be losing more money if you're shipping a lot of water or you're shipping a lot of beverage because of if you don't have your own trucks like Amazon or something, I think that you're probably more of a lesser margin. Your margin is very small.
What about like
That's just being 100.
So now what about this though? Because this would be something that they'll wind up saying on Shark Tank or something. Like what if you made like, I mean, you know how they got the water purifiers or whatever, like you just made like the level water thingy that you could just put water in and it makes it level water, if that makes sense, whatever that would be, but it could be an at-home type of kit that I could have. Did you ever think about doing something like that? Because I say, now that you said the in-person thing, like, it should be really just, you know, I know you used to be seeing them vending machines that got be having like 50 drinks in them at one time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
most beverage companies would probably be attacking that part of the market, but did you ever think about like a at-home, do-it-yourself kind of thing, like a purifier?
Like how Kenwood had it. You talking about the level?
Yeah, like
So people have definitely asked, like, man, do you do this like that whole situation? And our concept has been a bottle company. It's a bottle company. So we got some more ideas of doing gallons. You know, uh, just like y'all have the machine out front and in the back. No, the beverage.
Oh,
vending machine, right? So getting to more vending machines because we have buyers that just buy it to put it in vending machines.
Okay.
So you got different
business to business.
Yeah, you got a lot of business to business going on.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm noticing more is that people want more. They're like, why you don't do it in the 5 gallon?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It just don't stop, huh? At some point, you gotta keep it simple. It's the same thing, bro. Like, I feel it. We just so digital, bro. Where it's just like we be looking to find like that digital thing that you could do with any business, so you could just scale it so huge because like it's so many people around the world that's just making content that's just going viral. And the good thing about like what we got going on is you know, you can order a t-shirt all the way in Brazil somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's just like being able to have that type of like product, like it's kind of like an endless scale. You know, it's really all about what you talked about a little while ago, as far as like, you know, getting influencers, putting your product on the right people, you know, putting it in the right places. Like that's all really what it takes, because like we have the back end to basically get our product to anybody around the world without even having to physically be there. And that's the reason why like that's like the thing that we like to kind of crack the code of, like any business. It don't matter what business it is. Like what can we do digitally to help this company scale? Because like we just know how like the world going and what we good at doing. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I asked you.
I mean, just to be honest with you, that's in gaming. That's where it's at.
Say that again?
In gaming.
In gaming? What you mean by that?
That's where we going. Basically where, you got kids yet?
Mm-mm.
All right. Y'all play games?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're going to be buying stuff on a game.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically
for your character.
Yeah. That's what this man, my brother Lou always he was hitting me up the other day, cause like the hundreds, dropped a new collection in Decentraland, which is like a metaverse, one of the metaverses, and like they dropped like a collection in Decentraland. It was like had the bomb on it and stuff, and we had found like somebody online who could like make the product. That's what we've been looking into doing next. Like doing like a little collection. We found somebody to make it, and we're gonna drop like a little virtual collection for everybody that's doing that. And what you saying is like, that's definitely like a next innovative level. Like if I'm able to revive myself or something in the game or something like that with like a level water, or like, I don't know, like, yeah, that's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, and that's how you could scale digitally and be able to be at your house and somebody all the way in Alaska buying level up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
And with that being said, it's kind of like, why not? Because it's level.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. That is crazy though. Hey, but I know we said shipping is expensive, but we got a case of Level Up water that we're gonna be sending to a couple of our subscribers that comment on this video right now. So anybody that leave a comment on this video will be entered in a chance to win a free case of water from Level, from the WRLDINVSN guys. We're giving y'all our special package that we got. But we want to share that with y'all because we appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, run us up. All right. So just getting back to more of the digital thing, do you guys create like viral content to push the brand?
So, you know, a lot of our, like I was telling you before, our process of, we've been doing a lot of photo shoot stuff, like being able to be prepared to be ahead, right? And what we've noticed with that is that, you know, it's about the drop time. It's about trying to find that right rhythm or whatever. Just want to be as authentic and make sure that we stay true to our core of the brand. And so you're not seeing all of our content. Like we've been doing stuff that was parallel with the movie that came out with Will Smith. We just did a tennis shoot with the youngest tennis player in Louisiana. She's ranked #1. She's a blue chip player. She represents and embodies what Level's about. You know, she's young. She reminds me of Serena and her triumph to victory. But she's young and she's winning. And I look at that, and these are the type of people and situations I want to be a part of or have some kind of relationship with. So when I was able to meet her and her dad and see what they had going on, I said, you guys, you know, she represents Level. She represents what Level's about. You know, the level, like I told you about the stage of finding your level. And, you know, going from there, it's always going to be a level up. So situations like that, we've been able to take on a campaign and then start running some more stuff. We have not like cars, you know, has different types of cars. We've been able to partner with and sponsorship with rallies and different stuff like that. So I think a lot of it is kind of like level. You can put water into any aspect. I don't care what you're doing. You know, it's like it takes the path of least resistance.
And so y'all follower growth has just been organic. There's no like paid for advertisement or anything like that.
We do have some paid advertisement. As we continue to scale situation, I think that's about to become more of a bigger thing in 22. We have a lot of like special event stuff that we've been doing, but it's been a lot of organic situation. That's one of the areas I think when we have to really think about what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses. These are things that we are filling out even more as it comes in. Like the budget's coming in for the new year, that's already there. It's like, okay, we know we're gonna be doubling down on what we did last year. We know that already, right? And then finding those areas where, okay, we did these things right, and we did these things, they were okay. How effective was this? Could have did it better, right? So you learn these things over the process of doing it. Because before this, like I said, I wasn't into water, I was into other things. So knowing that, okay, in gyms, we organically, it's a given. But if you go to a club, and we have a club called the Address in Houston. They do a lot of cases a week. Okay. But it's a rarity probably because that's a big club.
So how do they get the product if they're that far also?
Well, we have a warehouse in Houston. So, having a team out there to be able to make sure that process is continuously turned over. But
so you guys still from the company delivering the bottles, if that makes sense? Like you guys yourself delivering bottles where they need to go?
So we have in-house distribution. So you can have third party, we have a third party distributor, and we have in-house distribution as well. So for example, like I said, starting a water company or a beverage company is a hard thing. So if you go back and think about it like, man, if you did this again, would you do it again? I honestly would say yes, because all of the people that I've been able to impact and the people that continuously call me, if they have my personal number or they calling the office or they inquiring through, DM or email, how their testimony on the water, right? That's the part you can't go back to and say, I wouldn't be doing this, because I knew what I started it for. I started with the intent of I wanted to be an impact to my community.
Mm-hmm.
So going forward, it's like, how do we find more ways to make sure that it stay price competitive and it's also in spots that people will see it. If it's a gym, a bar, corner store, World Envision,
Okay.
A workplace. I mean, the fact that I had some of your guys back there, they were like, man, I like what you're doing. I think what he was saying, I've heard this before. He said, they keep the water at home and they hide it from everybody. I hear that so much that they're like, this is, like I said, this is the specialty thing where y'all can't have this water, but you can have that water over there. So I look at it as there's no way to turn back from that. And you want everybody to experience and have it and make sure it's readily available. So with beverage, I think that's the key word. How readily available can you be? So if I can walk in Ruston, or if I'm in Thibodeau, or if I'm in South Carolina, can I go walk into a store and get it? Or can I get it to me if I can get it to me within a 72-hour period? The readily available is the thing you want to have in beverage.
Thanks. I feel that. I feel that.
So do you read any books or listen to any podcasts?
Definitely, man. Definitely. Of course, a book that I'm reading right now is 2030. Yeah, that book is about pretty much how the world is changing as we know it with COVID, uh, how population, we got like what, 6 billion people in the world right now. Uh, how women are becoming more successful and how that change of course is happening. It's a good book, man. It's something to definitely look into. I mean, it's one of my current reads right now.
Okay, what would be like your top 3? So if you had to give, the people at home watching this video 3 books that they damn near need to write down now and put in a cart and purchase today, what would that be?
I mean, you got to read Rich Dad Poor Dad. You gotta read Art of War. That's another good book. How to win friends and influence people.
Okay. What about you? Give me one, Nick.
Hey man, I like that Art of War, bro, because it's so like you could use it for so much in the world. Cause you like to play chess?
Yeah, I play with my
For
daughter.
real?
My daughter 9, man.
Oh man, you ain't going nowhere until okay, bro. That's all we do is play chess. So I like how I just like how you could relate that book to so much of just conversations, like type conversations, chess.
Now, Nick, what I didn't tell you was I was in the military.
Okay, I feel that. I'm gonna go with Auto War first one. Second one, I'm gonna go with the tipping point, because they talk about like you know how to just connect with a lot of people, and when you're able to be connected with connectors, you are connected
Right.
to the people that they're connected to also. And then the next one it'll be I like that. I'm really just naming stuff that I recently just been on. Think at Your Command. It's like more of like a spiritual book. It was like he's just talking about how to just look at spirituality from just a different perspective than we usually look at it. Like you look at it more as it being spiritual than we look at it as being so physical.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about that book.
Yeah.
And I'll just give it one good one. I'll just add on to that. Who Moved My Cheese is one of those must-reads that everybody got to check out. Just if you're looking for change, because I think we talk about all the time. Change is that when you are experiencing changes when your body get a little tense. You start talking about something. It's kind of like that. It's almost like change is like an ego check, because it's like you really don't know what you don't know past your own thought process of it. It's like if you're in an argument, like 9 times out of 10, you really don't see the other person's side. You still talking from your point of view. You know what I mean? And that I think that's a good book that just allow you to recognize when the cheese has moved and when it's time to go a different way in a different direction, or are you just gonna sit in that same spot forever? So my last thing before we get out of here, I know we got some books. So there's thousands of entrepreneurs that's gonna be watching this video. At least 3 tips on what they should be doing to enhance their business in 2022.
In 2022.
3 things you should be doing to enhance your business. First thing I would say is really know yourself. Really, really understand who you are. That way you can find your boundaries and overachieve on those boundaries. 2, set the goal. Set some real goal that that's not
Measurable goals.
measurable goals, right? So it's not far out, but you can eat that off. And a good example of that would be, another way to say it, you can't eat a whole horse in one day, or you You know, you gotta eat a piece at a time, right? And then, you know, I go back to my 4 points I told you. Research, study, execute, reward. You can put that into you can put it to your personal
Y'all
life.
gotta mark that one down.
And you can put that into your personal life. You can put it into your business life. Uh, and if you really look at that, that is like a real roadmap to success. But if I had to really just make it real simple, discipline. If you have no discipline, then you're not going to be successful. You have to have discipline in the game. And discipline is what wins the battle. Consistency and discipline.
Correct. I guess I'll go first on this one. So for me, I'm gonna leave y'all with one, getting them books. So getting knowledge, putting yourself around people that's doing the same things that you want to do, listening to podcasts like this one. There's so much information out there that's being given that it makes no sense not to receive it, not to like go every day, just go to work, go home, watch TV, repeat it over, argue with your significant other, you know, the same things that people do every day. Like maybe pull out the podcast with your girl, read the book with your girl, you know, read the book by yourself. Do something that's gonna at least give you 1%, make you 1% better that day. Secondly, gonna be what I realize, a lot of people don't know their break even, and they don't know their cost of goods. And what I mean by that is knowing how much does it take just to keep the lights on.
Right.
So that way that should be the bare minimum goal for you to accomplish in your business. And then knowing how much your cost of goods is, like how much does it actually cost you per unit to how much do you actually make per unit to give you to even, because when we was working on one of our digital products today, and I was saying, I said, I'm about to save everybody in here some money, because what they didn't understand was economies of scale. And what I was explaining was if you go to your t-shirt shop and you get 10 shirts, they're gonna probably charge you $10. And you're gonna spend $100 on those t-shirts that you're gonna charge $20 and only make $200, right? With no marketing budget, because you don't have, you think that you're only making $100, so you're not spending no money on marketing. But the second thing would be, damn, you like, you know, I want this to be a big brand, so why not invest more? And by doing that, let's just say you get 100 shirts now, and they brought the price down in half. So now they charged you $5. Now you spent $500, but when you sold those shirts, you made $1,000. Now that $5 that you save from getting 1,000 shirts, 20% of that you can add to marketing. Right. And now you have money from expanding your brand. You didn't do anything differently, but now you actually have more wiggle room to add a marketing budget to sell those 100 t-shirts. That's still in the price. So that would be my second thing. And then my last thing gonna be getting in those books. If you're not already using a QuickBooks, any financial service, getting with a CPA, because that's gonna be the foundation on building your structure for your business. You're gonna need to know where the money going, what you're spending it on, you know, because it's gonna be times now when you want that capital from anybody, from the bank, from Shopify, you still need to see where it's going. And so that's gonna be my third tip for him right there. What you got, Nick?
I'm gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna say the first thing is definitely getting knowledge, for sure. Gotta get knowledge. Two, you gotta...
Can't leave out content, because I wasn't
I'm
able to add that in there.
because I always talk about content. The second thing is like you gotta practice. You gotta spend time every day to work on your skill or your business or whatever you're trying to do. You gotta get you some practice in every day. You gotta put time every day. Like it's so much you could get done in just 30 minutes of the day. So if you put 30 minutes to work on something every day, like you're gonna be so much further in, you know, the months and the year to come. And then the last thing would be make sure when you are practicing, you practicing the right things that you need to be practicing. Because you can't go to the gym, and I was just saying this, and putting up shots, and it's not the right way to shoot the ball. You gotta be going in the gym and shooting the ball the correct way over and over and over and over and over, so you can make it every time. So that's what I say for the audience. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. Shout out to my boy for coming through with the level water. Hey, and shout out to whoever gonna win. They
Make
case
sure
of
y'all
water.
comment on this video. We giving away a case of water. So everybody that comment on this video gonna be entered to win that. So don't not comment. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Activate Your Vision podcast. We going up, baby. Turn up. Level up, baby. Level up.